Very sexy life jacket. I'm officially on land in Antarctica. Look at this, it's absolutely incredible. So this is our first Zodiac landing of this trip, and this is just a bit of a tester to get our feet on the ground, to go through the motions, to make sure we're comfortable with it. And so right now we are on Portal Point and we are doing a circuit around this area. So we have what we call human highways that we follow that are safe, that isn't going to impact any wildlife up here. So we're following these flags here. Anything that is an X, we cannot go past this point. So right now we're just doing a circuit, we're taking in the views. There are some seals over that way, so we're going to head there in a minute and see if we can get some photographs. I'm currently shooting on the Nikon D750 with a 100 to 400mm lens on. I actually think I'm probably going to switch to the 850 when we get back on the island sky, as I think I'll be able to get some much better video footage from that, so I can get some close-up wildlife shots for you, hopefully in this video.
It was seal real taking in the views of Antarctica. I still don't know how to describe it apart from beautifully silent. We didn't linger on land for long before taking a little cruise in the Zodiac to get used to zooming around the icebergs. I found myself drawn to the various shapes of the icebergs and the natural contrast between the ice and moody skies. I was already a little unaccustomed to handheld photography, but adding in the bounce of the Zodiac on water, well, I knew that this was going to be an interesting challenge. I realised quickly that if you spotted potential in something, you just had to photograph it then and there. Spray and pray is the phrase we adopted. Spray and pray.
Well, welcome to Antarctica, guys. We arrived here yesterday evening after 2 days on the Drake Passage. Let's not talk about that. And it is absolutely stunning. So this morning we went out on our first landing. This afternoon we're going out cruising, looking for whales. And I'm pretty excited to be sharing this with you. So this is not really going to be like my normal style of filming, because it's very different. It's very spontaneous. We just suddenly will go out when we spot something. Everything is pretty much being done handheld. So the tripod is away and potentially not going to be used very often. So B-roll is going to be different, filming is going to be different, but hopefully you enjoy what I would hope is going to be a couple of videos in the amazing Antarctica.
There are a couple of reasons why this tripod photographer has to go handheld. The first being this. Yeah, a tripod won't save me here, and it'll only get in the way of myself and the other photographers on the Zodiac. The second reason being biosecurity, to make sure that visitors do not bring non-native species into Antarctica and transfer them between different ecosystems. We are highly advised not to put anything on the ground and must disinfect anything that does come into contact with the floor before and after Zodiac outings. As a photographer who loves to put her bag down, change lenses, use a tripod, and spend a while on location, this means I have to simplify my kit so it's easily accessible. This is one hell of a coordination challenge. Speaking of coordination challenges, I have never resonated with an animal as much as I did watching these Gentoo penguins go about their day. We were told we'd be tired of seeing penguins as there is an abundance of them in Antarctica, but I really couldn't get enough of watching these guys in their natural habitat. They know how to get down and dirty, although the smell really isn't that great. Perhaps this video should have been called Landscape Photographer Attempts Wildlife Photography, as I got to trying to capture some penguin portraits. At first I felt the need to crop close to the Gentoos as much as possible, but as I experimented with my focal length, I realised I preferred to give my subjects space, allowing a sense of location to come through. I did my best to crouch, to get on the Gentoos' eye level as much as possible to create a connection with them without leaning on or touching the floor. Polar latitudes testing my balance skills. Although penguins aren't solitary creatures, it's very easy to catch them alone as they navigate the narrow penguin highways, likely in the search for food. In large groups upon the rocks, they looked quite messy, so I was leaning more towards solo or couple shots and had a lot of fun watching the behaviour of individual Gentoos going about their day. It was a whirlwind of icebergs and penguins as we island hopped, and as we explored Couvreville Island, I had to check that I somehow hadn't put my camera into black and white shooting, as the Antarctic landscape is so stripped of hues, especially in these moody and overcast conditions. I was absolutely torn between focusing on the landscape or the wildlife because look at these mountains. How on earth can you even begin to process such breathtaking views? Eventually, I realized that I didn't have to box myself into one type of photography. Here I didn't have to be a landscape photographer, I could just be a photographer. And although Antarctica is very simplistic, it offers a range of subject matter from wildlife, mountains, icebergs, seascape, minimalism, intimate and abstract. It gave me this light bulb moment, a change in my photography that I had been seeking for months, that to really develop my work, grow my skills and continuously be inspired by nature, flexibility is necessary for my photography, and stepping outside of my comfort zone, experimenting is a part of the process, regardless of the end product, my images being successful or not. In the end, being handheld with a versatile lens sort of gave me the freedom to try lots of different things out. So here I am getting soaked on the way back to the island sky as the weather turns, but despite being freezing cold in the moment, I was also incredibly excited to see what else Antarctica had in store for us during the second part of this trip.
So that's it for our very first Antarctica video. We definitely have a second one coming, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. And thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what we get up to next time.